Good morning and good evening. My name is Kafi D'Ambrosi, and this is NFT Malam. I'm here with my co-host, Ruler and Peace. Hello, Ruler and Peace.
Hello, Miss Coffee. Hello, world. It's another week, another opportunity, and we are here to share with you information about NFTs because everything is always working out for us. Everything is always working out for you. In the background is a piece of music I composed called "Everything Is Always Working Out for Me," and what I meant by that is if it's working out for me, it's working out for you. So we're gonna have an episode today and just share with you some things, go kind of back and past, is like lay some foundational building blocks because we're so far in. But for those of you who might just be checking us out now, it's like there might be some information that would be of value for you to move forward. So back to you, Miss Coffee.
Thank you so much. We are in our 47th week of NFT Malam. We are excited to have some folks in our Singapore in person with us. Hello, folks watching from Singapore at our in person event. We're so happy to have you with us today. Hello to our folks in India from Fanfare and our folks here in the States. We're excited to have everyone here today. So today we are going back to basics. NFT Malam is an in person, online hybrid show discussing the latest of NFTs, Web3, digital art, music, and more. And so we are going back to basics today. Ruler and Peace, do you have an NFT drop piece of news for us today? Or are we just going to discuss our general what is an NFT today?
Yeah, I thought we were going to just focus on just getting back to the basics. And so, even though we could share information about this or that, I just feel that after all this time, and as we're gearing up for a new season almost and bringing a finality, that might just be nice, just like we're bringing in all the best of the best. It's like to bring in the foundation so that we start off season two is like hotter and stronger and better.
Fantastic. One of the things we always discuss is this new world. Like, what is the metaverse? And imagine waking up in the metaverse and what that would look like. How would you start your day in the metaverse? Ruler in peace.
And so for me, if it was truly all inclusive work, we were communicating more in a metaverse environment versus what we quote call in real life IRL is the abbreviation. And for me, honestly, I will say I don't like to make a distinction between IRL and metaverse, but some people really do make a complete distinction. But
Mm-hmm.
the possibilities are endless because people can literally show up and work. People can literally show up and be doing their work job. When COVID hit and we did all this, start doing all this virtual stuff, and that gave an opportunity for even platforms like Clubhouse to really explode and for people to be congregating in a particular place and conducting business. The metaverse, I don't know how much will it be like Ready Player One or any of those type of analogies as far as movies and stuff like that. But I could foresee, and people have talked and discussed about literally you wake up and maybe it's like Alexa or Siri is like open such and such and prepare my avatar is like because I'm going to be heading to work. And so or at the same time, for people who I you know there are some people who talk about the possibility of life feeling more isolated if you're just encapsulated, always online or inside the metaverse, so to speak. But it could be a world where, though, if you don't want to go to your gym, but you have your bicycle is like here, that is like you hop onto your avatar is bicycling, you're bicycling at the same exact time, you're getting your exercise in, but now you're bicycling with your friend in Bangkok and you're bicycling with your friend is like in London and you're bicycling with your friend in India and all around the world as well. Um,
Right.
and so those type of things could be a reality that is comforting and reassuring and possibly helpful for mental health as well. and then continuing on with your day is like no, it's like continuing with your day and heading to work, and
Mhm.
you sit up, but now you have a more beautiful environment when you're actually going to work. You're more visually stimulated. You're still having your communication with your team members and stuff like that, but in a virtual setting that is stimulating for the mind, stimulating for the heart, and you can be productive. A person like you and me as creatives, I could be plugging in and doing a collaboration with someone. We could be sitting down and discussing certain things and being able to visually show stuff in a more dynamic way than we can currently do in
Right.
our current settings. So those are the type of things that I see as real possibilities. I see as actually being implemented in some ways on certain levels already in the present.
Mhm.
Um, but the technology and the ability and the structure I see only continuing to grow.
Absolutely, absolutely. Uh, in our journey in Web3, I think a lot of us began with NFT, right? We
Correct.
began with NFT. And so, what we learned, I think one of the first things that I learned was that an NFT, a non fungible token, is nothing but a digital asset, right? That is the
Correct.
very first basic thing that we've learned about NFTs. It's a digital asset and it's stored on a blockchain. And this
Mhm.
means it's a decentralized ledger which records transaction in an immutable manner. So that means
Uh-huh.
that NFTs are unique, they can't be replicated. And then what this does is it makes them ideal for representing digital assets that have value, such as artwork, which we show, music, videos, and any type of content. We also say that anything can be an NFT. So the reason why it's different is that fungibility is the difference. So a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin is fungible, meaning each coin is interchangeable with another coin. But NFTs are unique, meaning they can't be replicated. So NFT is one of a kind piece of art. While a print of a painting looks the same as an original, it doesn't have the same value because it's not the original. So
Uh-huh.
when we have NFTs, we use something called a smart contract, right? So
Uh-huh.
this contract it executes itself. And so the terms of the agreement in the contract is between the buyer and the seller, and it's written directly into the code. So, so like in photography or any type of digital art or digital file, we can write in metadata, but a contract or a smart contract goes even deeper because the contract is written into the digital asset between the buyer and the seller. So that's how people describe it. They describe it as metadata or ownership
Uh-huh.
and transfer history. So once
Absolutely.
it's created, the NFT can be bought and sold and traded in various marketplaces and platforms, which we love. And so, one of the most interesting things, and this is what we love as creators, is we're able to monetize our work in new and exciting ways.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been very freeing, especially for musicians and composers like you. We love seeing NFT music. That's been part of our niche, and we love seeing it. And we also love seeing collaborations between visual artists and musicians. And so we're able to create digital assets and sell them directly to collectors without a need for mediators or people in the middle people like galleries or record labels. And so people are able to have the greater share or the whole share and the greater control on how your music, your artwork, or whatever your digital asset is. Now, the downside or the hard work of that is you become your own record label, right? So a lot of people are like, get into music NFTs, right? Become you know, you own your work, you have your own autonomy. What artists don't also weigh in is that you become your own record label, you become your own distribution. And so while it is appealing, you also must weigh the cost that you are your record label. You
It's a lot of
become
work.
your own distribution, right? And so the autonomy means autonomy. You become everything,
It
right?
means
Unless you hire.
responsibility. It means
The
responsibility.
responsibility is greater. So all of that money that you're normally paying a record label, which is when you get a record deal, all that money that you think that you're getting is actually a loan to pay all the people, the distributors, the marketers, all the people that are involved in launching a music group. You are that person, right? So you are getting the greater share of the money, or you're getting all of your money, but you are also responsible for every aspect of launching
Absolutely.
your product. So it's greater, it's less risk, uh, more work, but also greater reward. So it's a win-win. Is it a win-win? It's been a great relief for a great many people, to have that autonomy. And a lot of people love putting in all the work and receiving their own money, because a lot more musicians have made more money in a year, in 6 months, or a year of being an NFT musician than they have being completely signed up with all of the record labels, the tracking platforms than they have in 20 years. So
Spotify,
it's
etc. Exactly.
Spotify, BM, all of the tracking before Spotify, even before Spotify, people who've
For
been in
sure.
the business for 20 years. So there's
Yes.
a lot of rewards into choosing your blockchain. So you choose a blockchain, you mint your first piece of digital art. And so we love discussing the basics. So what was it like for you, Learn Piece, to mint your first piece of digital art, or mint your first NFT?
It was mesmerizing. I mean, I really was such a baby then at that time. I had been in the space since February of 2021, but and I'd been in projects and programs, and honestly, that first mint still I needed a mentor. I needed someone to help me. So someone who I was working with in a project, in spite of all that I knew, it was a collaboration basically between what we call the Mutniks. It's still a ongoing project. And Mike Bungo, being one of the leaders in that project, he said, Eric, we're going to do a collaboration, and we're going to make your first music NFT. And we took
Mhm,
an NFT that I already owned in a Mutnik that had already been minted, and
mhm,
we combined it with a song that I had composed and produced for that particular NFT piece. And the nuts and bolts of putting it all together is really simple and really easy. It's really straightforward. But it was really, really empowering. And in that first NFT, like you were talking about, people who have made more money is like in their music careers or whatever. Um, I was new to being a musician because I didn't start composing and producing until 2017 versus some of those veterans out there who, were slinging it, just pushing it in every way possible, and selling CDs from the back of their car. So instead of me selling a $20 CD from the back of my car, I got to sell an NFT worth zero point zero 0.04 ETH, zero point zero 0.06 ETH, which was significantly more than a $20 CD or a 1999 CD or even a 1099 CD. And that in itself was exhilarating. It gave me the ability, before the market became a bear market, it gave me the ability to bear market in the US. It gave me the ability to be able to support myself and pay for rent for the month and a few other things. And I wasn't living large. I wasn't, having one of these multi-million dollar experiences that some people out there were doing with their projects or some, you know, I don't want to highlight one project over another or one person
Right.
over another, but you know that there were some out there that just boom they are. But what I want to point out though, because what a lot of people mistake is they think that boom is like it was just easy and because luck,
Yeah.
but no, it was all the work that they put in beforehand as well that gave them the foundation to be able to take advantage of this new platform of sovereignty or world of sovereignty. Which
Absolutely. So a lot of things, what I think what you're trying to say is a lot of things come into the popularity of an NFT. They've gained, every year they're gaining in popularity. Some people say NFTs are dead, but a lot of things come into it, such as rarity, make them highly desirable, and then people are still learning about digital ownership and the significant shift in it. The other thing that we are loving, that many people love, is the accessibility of NFTs, and it makes it possible for artists and creators and people who didn't have a voice before to create and monetize their work in a different way beyond the need for galleries and auction houses. And so we're able to reach a global audience and earn money before that wasn't possible. And then there has been a shift culturally in terms of NFT, where we're seeing auction houses like Christie's create NFT auctions. And so culturally, it's shifting, even though across the world, the percentage of NFT collectors is still small. And then finally, they're still popular because of speculation. So there's a whole nother group of people who are involved with speculation because of investment, believing that NFTs will be increasing over time. And so we also have our own collections of NFTs, and we are holders, we're holding on for dear life because we believe our collections will be increasing over time. And there are some challenges of NFTs. Some of them have an environmental impact because of the carbon footprint in it, which is why some of us seek other platforms and other blockchains, such as Tezos, which is extremely green. And then there's still a technical complexity in terms of onboarding. And then there is a of, uh, price variety or verity in NFT. There used to be sort of like a block to onboarding or a barrier to entry. And then there's also the legal issues. But as we learn, and we're still learning every day about the art of digital assets, the legal, we're still excited about being creators. So today is just a snippet of NFT Malam. We're coming back next week with an exciting guest discussing Web3, NFTs, and more. We just wanted to give you a little snippet today. We are coming into the spring session, and we're moving into summer from out of spring. But more than that, we are counting down to week 52. It's going to be 1 year since we started this journey into NFT Malam. We are so excited that you stayed with us on this journey, and we have more to come. Ruler and Peace, what are you going to take us out on today?
well, I still think that we need just that dynamic let energy, and no one does it better than, well, I'm not gonna say no one does it better because I'd be cutting myself out of the picture too. But I still love Let Me Love This. It's like with Bessie Meek and DJZ, and so
All right. We will see you next week, same time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Reverend Peace, for being my amazing co-host and my voice of reason. Thank you to Vessi Me and DJ Nosen via Singapore, currently in San Francisco. Massive Vibes Production. Thank you, everyone.
And also, we should probably, while the music is building, come on, let's give a little love to our sponsors. So, it's like,
thank you to our sponsors, Mr. BK Han of Metaverse Generation, Sean McCully of Gaijin Izakaya Soul Food, and last but definitely not least, my Chua of Fanfare Global. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Peace, love, and tranquility to you and all those important. It's coffee, and those of you who are listening.